On the basketball court, an assist is a selfless act. You give up a little glory for yourself and give it to your teammates so that they can shine. And that idea of benevolence is the basis for an organization in Brookings called Her Turn, started by Maya Selland and Tori Nelson.
We would hang out on the couch a lot of nights talking about stuff like this, and eventually we just really wanted to do something with it. We were both really passionate about women in sports and recognized what that did for us as young girls, and obviously led to where we are now.
We probably, in those conversations, kind of reflected on what we had growing up and kind of the privilege that we had to be able to grow up in families who had the money and the time to commit to our sporting careers. And so without any of that, we're not where we're at today.
Selland and Nelson did their research. They found out that there are certainly economic barriers to athletic participation and found that females are twice as likely as males to drop out of athletic activities at a young age.
There's still kind of that disparity between girls and boys playing sports, and so I think that's just something that we were both really passionate about and kind of found a way to point that passion somewhere.
Her Turn raises money that goes to scholarships that go to young girls who can then go to SDSU athletic camps and Jackrabbit sporting events. Selland and Nelson promote their program and knock on doors and speak to groups and secure donations. And in this era of name, image, likeness, when they could be doing something to make money for themselves, they have chosen to create opportunities for others.
This is as good and genuine as it gets. They're finding people who they didn't know and aren't connected to that might create some value in this experience. It might help them down a path that Maya and Tori went down that helped them. That is as selfless as it absolutely gets.
It's just they're very humble, and they know where they've come from. If you get to meet any of their family members, you can just see why it's bubbles out in them. No, they're doing it for other people, not themselves.
The same could be said for Osborne, who helped with the business details of Her Turn as director of the Brookings Foundation.
I think everyone in Brookings knows who Kurt is, and I think Kurt knows everyone in Brookings. He's just a great person for the community. He's so caring and kind to everyone, and he just really wants to make a difference in any way that he can. And when we first met with him, we were nervous because we wanted to make Her Turn happen, and he was more than happy to help us get going.
At the start, they had to get over organizational hurdles and jump through compliance hoops and consult advisors, and they got some guidance from their head coach.
They're the ones that have really, I think, turned over the rocks to find the avenues to make it happen. And I don't know if they've talked enough about it, but they got a lot of no's early on, mostly on the compliance piece, because you're dealing with, potential student athletes or families because of NCAA stuff, and how do they navigate that?
This past summer, the first Her Turn scholarship kids came to Jackrabbit soccer, volleyball, and basketball camps. The program covered the cost for the camp and transportation and equipment that the kids can keep when the camp is done. And the two who got it all started got the biggest kick out of it all.
This summer when we finally got the girls to camp and we got to see their experiences and hear their experiences, and it just kind of brought us back to when we were their age and all the fun things that sports brought to us.
If you would have asked me maybe 2 years ago if I'd be doing this, I probably would have told you you're crazy, but I just think we're just so passionate about it, and it never feels like extra work. It feels more like, oh, I can take a break from school, I can take a break from basketball, and I can focus on this for a little bit. And so I just think it's been rewarding for us to be able to do this, and we enjoy doing it as much as the girls enjoy going to camp.
So what's happening now is great, but I think it's going to grow. And I think there'll be more things that those two do, whether it's here or other communities. There's going to be a lot of young people that are positively impacted because of Tori and Maya, for sure.
Well, Maya and Tori can stay involved with the organization when they are done playing basketball. They can decide that when the time comes, they can always pass it along to others, but they both say that they want to stay involved with Her Turn for as long as they can.
This has been Midco Sports Magazine, presented by Build Your Base with Beef Sports Nutrition and Training Program.